Hey everybody, welcome to Crossroads, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. This is our fourth week. Week number 4. Week number 4. Yeah, I can't count. Math is hard.
That happens. Well,
it's a good thing we're not playing a game with numbers.
We're playing the new game. Players tell me what happens, and
Ryan,
I sit and play Fallout 4.
Point down for me. Just point down. You'll notice we have a new player. More on him later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A cast member that hasn't been introduced yet. That has been spotted.
Now that she's on the internet forever.
Go on.
Sound bites. No, sound bites.
I see you. Sorry.
They're here.
So we left off last time with Thargeth polishing every tombstone in the graveyard. Maevis and Finias were having a big old night, racking up a tab for our resident death priest. I'm sure you remember that, don't you? You opened the tab under Fleur's name, and we're drinking at the famous barrel most of the night.
Yep, I remember.
Okay. And Svetlana and Fleur, I just went over that. What were y'all doing again?
We finished up. We were back at the tavern.
Y'all were back at the tavern. That's right. That's right. Fleur had framed Maevis for all of the wrong. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for Maevis. Did we settle the tab before we left?
No.
Okay.
I was kind of expecting you not to, but how long did y'all stay there drinking? Just and did you buy a round for everyone there, or?
I don't think we would have been that crazy.
I'm just trying to find out.
I like how he's thinking about it. Like, maybe I would be that crazy.
This collections might come for your paladin friend at some point. Just trying to find out.
The death priest? We're gonna come for the death priest?
You never
Blessings
know.
be with you.
You
Never
never
mind. We'll see.
Yeah, we're good.
know.
Yeah, show up there. Hey, I know how to settle a debt. Blessings be upon you. We'll settle for 2 gold.
So, while all that was going on, one of your friends arrived back in town that night, but you won't know that until the next day. The next day comes about. Fleur, you've got your regular doings at the temple. Svetlana, you have your job at the tavern to keep up with. Thargeth, you had a job that you were going to be working on today, actually. A couple of your other work buddies are there. You hear something interesting while you're at work. A stonemason that you used to work with quite often was discovered murdered. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was he dwarven or was he good?
Yeah, he was pretty good. He wasn't as good as you, but he was all right.
As long as he wasn't better than me.
Well, he was a bit of a charmer, and he had got it where he didn't have to work anymore. Actually, he married into a noble family. He'd become one of the Grimgolds.
Okay.
And his body was found in a crate along with another dwarf body further down the stream.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Well, he was from lower birth, but he married into a noble family.
Oh, the dwarves. They're great. Okay.
Maevis, you notice today, the only thing interesting... actually, you're sleeping in late. I'll come to you all in a minute. That's right. All right, Fleur. While you're at work at the temple today, a young man comes in for counseling.
Okay.
He comes in and he says that he needs to prepare for his death, just in case.
Okay. Well, I would
Okay.
assist him through all that as first.
Yeah, he says that he heard from Hilda at the fortune teller's shop here in town that he was doomed to die unless he purchased one of her special death warding talismans.
Okay.
And he wasn't able to scrape up enough money to get the death warding talisman. He was thinking, yeah, I'll just come and start making my preparations just in case she's right. I mean, she's from a famous family. They were a great line of seers. So his name is, believe it or not, Martyr Cheselton.
Always playing them.
Martyr.
Yeah, when the random name generator popped out, I was like, well, that works.
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's perfect. So, yeah. He said it was 50 gold to get the death warding talisman, but he couldn't scrape that up to, right away, so he wanted to come here and get his affairs in order.
Okay.
Just in case it strikes before he can get the money together to go pay for this talisman.
And it's one of the famous anti-murder talismans, right?
No, this is a death warding talisman. It stops all forms of death, not just murder.
Yeah, Finias knows better not to sell something that crazy. What the hell's wrong with you?
Those come with for a premium.
You can only get those from Hilda.
You have to sell like the anti-tiger rock in an area that has no tigers.
Yeah.
Hilda, no relation to Gretchen.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
You counsel him. He's in his 20s. He's looks very healthy. Looks like doesn't make much sense to you that he should be dying soon, but the fortune teller said so. So
Okay. Well, of course, I would counsel him through everything. I'd help him get his preparations in order and say, well, I would normally part with my blessings upon you, but I don't quite think that would be conducive to the situation at the moment. So, but you
I
said this
thank
was
you for that.
Hilda that had prophesized your passing?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, very odd. Have I actually heard of Hilda prophesizing that before?
Not prophesizing someone's death, but she has cooked up a couple of prophecies before.
Have they always came true?
Generally, no.
Okay. I'd probably
They're usually kind of vague, so it's one of those, maybe
open
it was right.
interpretation.
Yeah.
Well, I would turn around and, of course, before it goes, it says, but do keep in mind that death does come for all of us at some point or another. So in that portion, that could be her prophecy. But that might be tomorrow, might be today, or it might be 50 or 60 more years down the line.
He thanks you for your counsel and goes about to try to scrape up enough money to get one of these death warding talismans.
What was his name again?
His name was Martyr Cheselton.
Okay. And did he leave any information where I can contact him, like an address or something, through all of his stuff?
He's staying at the Cheselton Manor in the Nobles Quarter.
Did you say his name is Murder?
Yes. Random generator. When I saw that, I was like, keeping that one.
Well, I guess I will add that to investigating today.
Mhm.
And if I find out anything, then I would head to the Cheselton after investigating that.
Okay. So, how much did y'all have to drink last night?
Lots.
Finias wouldn't have gotten drunk.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So in that case,
Intentionally.
intentionally,
Lots for my size.
So Finias, you'll wake up. You don't have your hangover. I'm going to assume you've put the passed out Maevis on your couch for the evening.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, Maevis wasn't able to walk straight after the end of the night. Apparently, you are better at putting back the liquor than her and the dwarf that attempted to challenge you.
It's that sleight of hand. I can just zoop. Oh, nope.
Yep. And plus, the check gets easier and easier the more they
Exactly.
have. But you won 2 gold out of the deal, so.
Oh, sweet.
You got a little funnel that catches the booze. You throw it behind you, trickles it down, and you resell it.
How'd you know?
Not yet, but now that you've mentioned it, you might start working on that.
Isn't that that's Foedrin's department, right?
The mechanicals,
Drinking?
yeah.
Drinking
and
or-
and the contraptions, yeah. 2 gold,
Oh.
you said? Okay.
Yeah, it was a good bet. You still had those that amulet and those dice to figure out. As you're getting around, getting ready for your your morning. It's 1 o'clock, maybe 2. A good morning for a charlatan.
Yep.
That's gonna wake you up, Maevis. And you wake up with your regular headache from drinking too much on Finias's couch.
Okay.
This is nothing too odd. Y'all hang out a lot. Y'all,
I made him money, so I guess I got the couch. He didn't just leave me in the street.
Yeah. Exactly.
What a rare honor.
Mm-hmm.
Morning there, Drinky McDrink.
What time is it?
It's morning, 1 p.m.
Morning, right? I don't remember all of last night. Do we have fun?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. What does that mean?
Just I would not go there for a couple days. Just let it die down a bit.
That tavern, you mean?
Mm-hmm. You made quite the impression on a number of dwarfs.
Oh, I did.
I think at one point you made the bard that was actually there cry.
That half-orc fellow?
Yeah, you made him cry.
Was it a good reason to cry? Did I say something to him?
I think you were insulting his mother and his playing style.
Oh dear. I didn't. Really? That doesn't sound like me at all.
Well, you know how you are once you get a few drinks back there.
I thought he left though for the night.
He came
Did
back.
he come back?
He came back. He was just on a break from his sets.
Oh my. I guess I won't go back there for a couple days. Well, thanks for letting me sleep on your couch.
Yeah, anytime. So what's on the agenda for today?
I don't know. I don't feel so well. Did you have any plans? Are you trying to kick me out? What's going on here?
No, that's always. You're welcome to stay as long as you need. I thought, were we meeting the others at the tavern in the morning? I think that's what we agreed to, right?
I think that's what they said.
Well, we should probably go there. I'm thinking they're probably been waiting for a couple hours for us by now.
Okay, give me a minute and I'll get my things.
All right. As y'all get ready and start heading to the tavern, that'll be about the time Thargeth's getting off of his shift, and Fleur's finishing up her morning duties at the temple. So it's about your regular meeting time. Svetlana, a regular customer that you haven't seen in a few weeks, wanders into the tavern and sits down at his regular table.
I'm going to make sure also to repair all of the broken stuff in the tavern.
Okay.
Just,
that
so we don't upset Maevis, we don't want her to ask to pay for, all of her ghostly possession problems.
Okay. You heard one interesting thing today.
Okay.
Amongst all the people that came and went, just picking up a drink and heading out, you heard a couple of guards that came in, ordered a drink as they were on their way to their shift, that they had heard about a arrest that was made. Apparently that local beggar Giles was arrested for the murder of a nobleman.
Poor Giles.
Okay.
He was going to go through due process, and execution should be by tomorrow night.
I shall pray for his unfortunate soul.
All right. So that was your one tidbit that you heard in the tavern today.
Okay.
Something interesting. And then, like I mentioned, the gnome comes walking in and takes his regular table.
Bring him his. I'm assuming he drinks the same thing every time.
Yep.
And then I'll bring him his normal drink.
It's been so long since.
Those damn music boxes go off at the strangest times.
So good. I have not had this awesome tea in a very long time. Svetlana, how are you doing?
I am doing just fine. Can I get you some food?
Yes. Just whatever you have ready to go.
Absolutely. I shall bring that out right away. She'll turn and go to the kitchen.
It's a stew today.
Okay. Rabbit stew coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Rabbit,
You're not sure.
It's rabbit stew. Yes, rabbit.
It's rabbit.
Rat bits too.
Rabbit
all
stew,
tastes
yeah.
It all tastes like chicken. It's fine.
Rabbit stew. Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, we're having rabbit? Yeah, rat bit.
Where is the baby?
The baby has actually been with Laura since last night.
Okay.
She seems to have taken a bit of a liking to it.
So she's doing it voluntarily. She doesn't feel like she's being obligated to do it. Okay.
Right. She actually let you, well, I'm not sure how much you like that, but you've had to handle some of the stuff that she usually takes care of today while she plays with the baby.
Given the situation, I'll be okay with that. This baby has been the bane of my existence ever since it came into my life. So I'll be okay with that. And
Okay.
I will bring the food to the table, and if he doesn't appear to need anything else, I'm going to go and check with Laura to make sure there's nothing else that needs to be done at the moment.
All right. No, Laura just kind of, when you come in to ask, she just keeps playing with the baby, sees you come in and says, "No, we're fine," and starts making the baby kind of talk to you. Say hi to Auntie Lana.
It drools.
Yeah.
You seem to have gotten quite attached to the little baby. Have you named it?
No, not yet. I've heard it was ill fortune.
Why is that?
Well, if you name them before the first year, It's supposed to be bad luck.
Ah, oh, okay. So what do you call it, baby? Goblin?
Baby.
Okay.
The baby.
Are you planning to adopt him?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Is it a him? I'm not quite sure.
Yes.
Well, if he ended up with you, he would have a lovely home. I just do not think that right now the orphanage is willing to accept new children. So it is very lucky that you seem to enjoy his company so much.
Wait. Sorry. No, it's a her.
Oh, it's a her.
Yeah, it's a her.
Replace everything with she then.
Yeah, no problem. That's my bad. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll take good care of her.
Oh, I have no doubt in that.
You hear the bell go off on the door as Fleur and Thargeth arrive, followed almost within 15 steps by Finias and Maevis.
Honestly,
The are starting to come in.
Honestly, Thargeth, you didn't have to polish everything in the church.
I just look at him or her. I'm just kind of like, well, if you kept it tidy in there, I wouldn't have to.
Well, there seems to be a rash of people dying lately. The goblins.
In your
marauding.
church?
No.
I mean, I know it's the god of death, but that's a bit extreme.
Well, of course, that's a bit extreme. Now, well, I'm not going to tell you about the ongoings of the church. I'll never get you back in the church.
That'd probably be best. Well, shall we have a seat?
You'll
Or
see
are there ghosts still about?
No, I think the ghost has been handled.
Oh, okay.
Thargeth, are you talking crazy talk again?
You know it.
This is the first you've heard about a ghost in the inn, Zook.
Mhm.
So it wasn't haunted when last you were here.
I stop. I set down my rat bit soup, grab my walking stick, and walk over. What is this about a ghost? What have y'all done to this inn since I've been gone?
Oh, there was a nasty chill about. They were talking about a ghost. I thought it was no big deal, and then tables started flying, and I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was just a cold. No ghost, no ghost.
Oh, Zook, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
I've been doing well. I had to travel a bit south to do some research on a missing book. Unfortunately, that was a dead end. Although it seems there's been some dead ends going on around here.
There's been quite a bit of dead ends lately around here.
Are those ghost jokes? Shaking his head.
Well, I guess I should have seen that one coming.
No, those would be way too ghastly to make.
Oh boy. Here
Oh
we
my
go.
gosh, you all just sit down and find your table. I'd go get your drinks, you moron.
Why would we find our table? Did the ghost move it?
Sit down, shut up, eat and drink, or suffer my wrath.
Does that come from Laura?
Yeah. And you hear chuckling.
No, is that Laura or Laura talking as the baby?
Laura.
That's the big ghost baby.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I make the ground shake to emphasize her point.
Yeah.
What's on the menu today?
Rat bit soup.
Bit stew.
Is it stew or soup?
It's a soup. Very good.
Depends on the time of day.
That's what I was supposed to say.
Yeah.
The time of day and the level.
Starts
of
out as soup, by evening it's stew.
It becomes stew, yeah.
Depends on how many bits you get in there.
After y'all have gotten sat down and gotten served, Harold and James come in. And
Okay.
they ask that they sit down at the table and start waving to Lana.
Walk over.
2 ales and 2 whatever you got cooking today.
It is soup. I bring it out right away.
Were those the guys who were buying stuff from Darren,
Occasionally,
the
yeah.
farmer?
Sorry.
Who had the rash?
That's Dimran. He's not here right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's currently dealing with this rash.
Yeah.
Guys, I hate to ask, is there any way I can get like 5 minutes? I better go make a phone call real quick. They're having some issues with technical problems down at the church.
Go for it.
Be right back.
All right. So Zook buries his nose in his book. You hear Harold as soon as you when you bring the food back to them, they pull up the food, they look around the bar and see everyone that's in the bar who's not in the bar. And while they're eating, you see Harold kind of looks over to James and says, it's a shame about old Giles, isn't it? No.
Quiet that baby.
How fitting.
You hear Laura from the back. It wasn't that high.
Oh, were they being quiet about that comment, or was it?
No, they were saying it a little bit loud and looking over in Maevis's direction.
Well, what was his name?
Giles.
Giles.
Oh, it's a shame about Giles.
Yeah,
Okay.
shame about old Giles murdering those 2 dwarves. Really?
So was that for certain? It was Giles.
Oh, he was arrested. Yeah. He had some of the property of one of the deceased on his hand.
But did they catch him in the act of killing the person?
Well, that's just as good, isn't it?
Well, but if he just simply robbed the body?
He should have reported something like that.
I suppose that is true. Who was it that passed away?
No, it's a young nobleman from House Grimgold.
What? Do I know his name? What was his name?
Did I process him at the church today?
You have. Oh, yes. Yeah, actually, you would have. Sorry, that's my bad. And yes, his name was Barnev. You processed a Barnev and a Philly.
Okay.
Philly didn't have a surname. It was just a friend. Barnev was the one that married into the Grimgolds.
So it's not Barneth and Bailey.
Barnev and Bailey? What?
Barnum and Bailey's.
I know.
That was for Sragg.
Okay.
Giles killed Barnev. Do I know of Barnev? Like, was he like a fighter at all, or?
He was more of a lover than a fighter.
Okay, yeah. Okay. You said
Yeah.
he was like a character.
He was a charming kind of fella. Managed to woo that noble daughters of the Grimgold house.
Right. That's strange. Giles, really? Like, this seems out of character for Giles, right? Because we've known him around town for a while.
Yeah, he's not really violent. I mean, you'll find him drunk more than anything.
Yeah. Okay. Ugh. That means my workload will double. Oh, well, it'll be better at least.
I'll look over towards Harold and his brother and ask him if has the church already sent someone to Giles to talk with him, or?
Not that I'm aware of. He'll be locked up down at the barracks.
Okay.
I suppose you should probably at least wait until after his trial before you counsel him about his upcoming execution.
Well, if you're already turning around saying that he's been arrested for murder, it sounds like he's already had his trial.
Okay,
He's arrested for murder, not tried for murder. That's tomorrow. The execution's not till sunset.
Wow, I'm so glad that there's a good justice system here.
Very efficient, yes. Ever since the young lord took over, everything moves so swiftly. Justice is dispensed. Might as well be with a conveyor belt. I see you nodding in approval. Thank you.
Sounds legit.
The gnome's thinking up a way to make a conveyor belt to do it.
Quite possibly.
I do have a paper here. I mean, I think I can sketch something out for you real quick.
Please don't have anyone be tested on it. I still remember the last investigation.
What last investigation? What?
You know, the
How too
accident,
long I've been gone.
the accident there at the academy.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, ouch.
So, Lana, these
Yeah.
rat bits, they're not the mechanical ones we were seeing, were they?
Who said anything about the rats? That's the rabbit. The rabbit.
Oh, yeah, well, so no mechanical rats in here? I'm scooping it around.
Oh, wait,
Nothing mechanical, I assure you.
Mechanical rats? That sounds amazing. They'll have to say
Yeah.
for me.
Hey, we got on, over there, he's got it. Pointing at Darren.
Phineas.
it's only part mechanical.
Here, you'll be interested in this, and I give him the
That's
bag.
what I figured, you might have used the bits for the stew or the soup.
I grab said mechanical rat and start taking it apart on the table.
You open up the bag, and the first thing you notice is it hits you with the smell. It's been in this bag for the better part of a month now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
dump it on the table.
It's
more of a-
vile mechanical rat.
Has it been a month or has it been a week?
Y'all were
It was 2 weeks.
You were down.
Yeah,
for
it's been a while now.
So it's
Is
the
it-
better part of a month.
Is it in one piece?
Not anymore. The mechanical. So yeah, Zook, you upend the decayed rat with mechanical parts onto the table. It's more of a goo at this point in some parts. The skin that was still attached kind of sloughs off and lands on the table next to it.
I'll snatch the bag that he just emptied out onto the table
It's
from
dripping.
his hand, smack him on the back of the head. You moron! Drippy rats on table mean no customers. And she'll start scooping all of the rat guts with her hand into the bag, and she's gonna throw it into a corner, prestidigitate the table, and then she's gonna go to the back and rinse off her hand. No rat bits on the table. You stink the whole restaurant. Go outside. You take it outside. You take it outside, or you no come back. You understand? No stinky
Lana.
rat bits on table.
Lana, I got a tail in my soup.
It's fine. It's supposed to be there.
We wouldn't want to scare away the customers. I'm looking around like no one's here.
Yeah, speaking of that, Harold, James, are you lost?
I'm here to eat after shift.
Do you?
Yeah. I see you all the time.
So
I thought-
exactly what have y'all been up to?
Someone kicked me in the head.
Oh my god! Again with your damn head.
The
I
purple
think he still
marmoset.
has the lump too.
He's always got a lump. Look at his head. It's always one giant lump.
Some kind of wombat or something.
Good lord, I go away for a few weeks and come back and find y'all have gotten into all types of trouble. Y'all need a babysitter.
He just raises an eyebrow.
No, Laura is the babysitter. She take care of the baby.
Wait, there's a baby now? What?
There is a baby. The baby's in the back.
You see Harold and
It's
James
just a
coming.
goblin baby.
What? What have y'all been up to?
I don't know where they got
Who's
It's
Goblin
not
Baby?
mine.
Was it?
She's had the baby for like 2 weeks now.
Whatever record you got.
it. Yeah. 2 months. Yeah.
2 weeks. Or like
Been a
not.
while.
Yeah, that's fine.
James, Harold, how would. I mean, what could prove Giles' innocence?
Well, probably apprehending the real killer. You see, Harold kind of looks over towards Maevis real quick, and then back to you. But I'm sure that he's quite guilty. He says with an assured tone towards Maevis.
How convinced are we that he's guilty?
Well,
He killed 2,
I'm,
right?
he kind of swallows hard. Very convinced he's guilty, Miss Maevis, ma'am.
So you're saying the case against him is a strong one?
Oh, yes. Did I need to... He kind of leans around looking. Did I need to see him do it? Leans into you when he says that.
You really think he killed 2 dwarves? I don't know.
What was his motive?
Greed, most likely.
Have you met him?
I don't write this stuff.
Now, which one is actually talking?
Harold, the older one.
Harold?
James is
Yes.
kind of sitting there being quiet, like this is turning into a place he didn't want to go.
Harold, you seem a bit nervous. Do you need some more ale?
No, I'm fine actually. I think we'll take the check.
You haven't touched your red meat soup?
That's great.
Don't be too hasty. If you're not going to have it, I will.
Well, I guess tomorrow during the trial, since the church will have to be there, I'll have to get everything ready for, the serum, of course, for people so they can't lie.
Tomorrow, I
Yeah,
thought you said it was tonight he was going to be put to death.
No, they said tomorrow that
Ah,
he is still innocent until tomorrow. So I guess that means I'll have to do that. I'll have to turn around and tell people, get blessings ready for them. Maybe I can just bless the entire courtroom while I'm at it.
Well, while you're saying that, you see the doors open and Vimrin walks in.
Who's this one?
Vimrin Cotton, the farmer.
Oh, the
The one
He
with
was
the
a
rash.
farmer?
Yeah.
was it
Oh,
the
that's
rash
this
one? Or
guy?
the
Oh,
one that
the
always pays
rash
on the
farmer.
drops? The one that's always paying in platinum.
No,
No.
no,
No,
he's
no, this is a
upstairs.
different farmer. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is a different
Vimrin
farmer.
Cotton.
This is the
He was
rash
here.
farmer.
Yep. He comes walking in, comes up to the table and pulls out the chair next to Harold, and kind of slaps him on the back, making him choke on his soup a bit as he was trying to drink down. Sits
So,
down.
Cameron, how's that rash going?
It's fine, right as rain. I'll have what he's having.
Absolutely. I bring it out right away.
Was he was the one that I cured, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank God it's fully dead this time.
He kind of kicks back. So, anyone want to buy a farm?
What do you mean buy a farm?
Well, I was just over getting my fortune told for my crops next year, and she told me not to bother.
Hold on. Are you talking about Hilda?
Well, yeah, the fortune teller.
What did she tell you?
I asked her what would be best to plant for next year's crops, and she said, don't bother. There won't be a next year.
As I
Okay,
bring
that
the
is
soup back
it.
out,
That
I'll
is
say, is the world ending? Is that what she mean by that?
I am off to go
I'm
see
not
Hilda.
entirely sure. She just said not to worry about it. It wouldn't matter.
You say she say there no be next year.
Well, not for my crops, apparently.
Or maybe just not for you.
Right, she didn't say that. That's why I'm going to sell the farm and move. That way, either way, she's right. I don't have a crop next year.
I say that's fulfilling her prophecy with selling it if you don't even attempt to turn her anyway. Anyways, I'm off to go see Hilda. Fleur's getting up and leaving.
How much for your farm?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take, that's been in the family for a while, but I'd say good 25 gold will work. You can even have the shack on it. I'm just going to go get myself on a boat in Waterdeep and be done with it.
What do we know about this farm, like lore-wise?
There's a decent amount of space on it. It's a pumpkin farm. It's a little bit further out from town than some of the other ones, but it's to the east of town, not south, so it hadn't had much goblin trouble. And lore-wise, there really hasn't been too much information on it. Nothing interesting has ever happened there that you've heard.
Okay.
The only real thing that's ever happened was a bandit raid several years back where Vemrin lost his family. It's just him there alone now.
You want to buy a farm, Maevis?
Well, I was thinking about it.
With all this death about, nobody make any jokes about someone buying the farm.
I was thinking about, like, you know, you might be able to support Lara and the tavern better if we had a
Customers? Oh, farm, yeah.
Oh yeah, a farm. That's it. Yeah, that'll fix it.
farm. I mean, customers, I guess, but I don't understand why they don't come here.
Rat bit soup.
Thought it was. Thought it
Gnome's
was
got
rabbit.
a point.
You don't like
It is a rabbit.
guys? Can't you understand Lana? She's saying rabbit.
Didn't you just say this tail was supposed to be in there as I pick up the rat tail out of the soup with a fork?
Exactly, it's supposed to be in there. The rabbits have tails.
Rat bit soup. I dropped the tail
But
back
he's a
in.
rabbit. He was a little bit deformed. That's why we put him down and put him in the soup.
Oh, so it's mutant rat bit soup.
See, it was the mechanical ones. I told you.
I said deformed, not mutant.
Which area
No
was?
mutation.
Which direction was the mechanical problems?
East.
East. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Same direction, yeah. Same direction.
Wait, so who's Laura? Is that the tavern owner? Or
Yes, Laura is the tavern owner.
Why are you trying to support her?
She doesn't have a lot of customers.
She's got a baby now to look after.
A bouncing baby girl. After a bit, you do see her come out, and she's got the goblin done up in a little pink dress outfit.
Oh, come on now.
It's cute, she says. And
It
heads
is
upstairs.
very cute. Very cute. Very cute.
Thank you, Lana. Isn't Auntie so nice? You just ignore mean Uncle Thargeth.
Yeah.
What's for Hilda Sragg? What's the is she been in town for a while or what's?
Yeah,
Okay.
all of your life and all of hers. She's actually the granddaughter of Claudia, the seer of Moondell. Apparently, the site passes down through that family.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, when she's saying shit's happening, it's not. Okay.
Potentially unfounded.
It's not like when I say shit's gonna happen.
Well, here's the thing.
This is the
As
great
far as
granddaughter, right?
This is it great granddaughter? I thought it was just granddaughter.
Think about the number of years.
Maybe it's great granddaughter. But the thing with you on her, the prophecies from Claudia and further up in the family were all spot on.
These
But
are spotty.
she seems pretty vague with what she throws out. You're pretty sure that if you could probably run something similar with most of the ones that she's
Like,
done.
are you saying like knows like?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Fleur, you
General-
said you were going to see Hilda?
Yeah, that's what Fleur says. She wants to go see Hilda.
No. She's already gone.
Oh, Fleur just
She's
looked at it,
gone.
so forget
She
the
said,
party
"That's it.
for now.
That's it. I'm done with
I
this.
say to the empty
Okay,
chair.
bye.
I'm going to go see Fleur, and I've had it with
I
this."
guess-
You are Fleur.
All right, so Fleur goes.
Okay, bye.
Go
Fleur like runs
Bye.
straight into
Bye.
the wall of the mirror. Thud. And you say, Fleur, were you going to go see Hilda? Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm-
is your,
Fleur
is
needs
your
to go
hair
visit
color
a
blonde by chance? Just
I think-
asking.
I think
It
so.
might be.
I'm not playing the stereotypes. I'm just saying a spade is a spade here.
I think that's where we're going with.
You got blonde hair.
So yeah, so
Mhm.
did you like leave immediately or not? Or are you leaving now? Or
I'm leaving now. After.
Okay.
Yeah.
no, I'm just asking because you could say
No,
that didn't happen.
Leaving now. Leaving now, as in this conversation just happened for all that social.
Okay, bye.
I'm thinking I might want to go see this interaction.
We
Any-
bring up a road bruise.
I mean, this should be entertaining. Anybody else want to come with me?
It's entertaining last time.
What are we doing now?
We're going to watch Fleur talk to Hilda.
I mean, the farm. It's a deed to the farm, right?
Yep. I can have, if you turn and say that, he's like, I can have it drawn up. It'll probably cost a bit extra for the legal document, but
Maybe we can go take a look at the.
steel.
Maybe we can go take a look at the farm.
I don't think that'd be necessary. You could just purchase it now.
Do you want to sell this farm or not?
Yes,
We're gonna go take a look if you're gonna sell it.
that sounds fine. He gets a little more dejected.
I mean, if you lowered the price, we might be able to buy the farm.
Yeah,
Just right now,
10 gold, no questions asked.
he starts thinking about how that's going to get him on the ship. Done.
Do we want to split this, or do you want it all, or how do you want to do this?
Small unmarked coins.
I'm
Thankfully,
pretty sure all coins are marked.
I only carry unmarked coins.
Oh, well, I stand corrected.
He draws up, or no, he turns to
Yeah, they're gold, quote unquote.
he turns to Harold and pulls up. Can you draw this up? Making a sale of the farm to this fella here. He looks at him, looks at you.
Is this a joint venture, Maevis? Are we doing this together, or what?
I wouldn't mind.
Sure. You want, or do you want it all? I didn't know. I don't want to step on your toes.
No, doesn't matter to me. Never really had a
Alright.
house of my own.
You see, Harold's been kind of listening to this whole conversation, and he draws it up and scoots it around to y'all.
I
It
look
says,
at it. Sure, it's legal.
Yeah, it says, I, Vimran Cotton, being obviously batshit crazy, but claiming to transfer ownership of my farm to Maevis and Finias for the price of 10 gold.
Oh, sorry about that. Dropped a bit of rat bit on it. Here, let me get that.
Well, after he draws that up, he's like, acceptable?
I nod at him. It'll hold.
Put your mark here. Vimran takes the pen and puts an X where he's supposed to sign, and they move it back to y'all.
An X.
Finias will sign.
All right. Maevis?
You boys don't mind just taking a look at the place, so make sure it's on the up and up before we get there.
What kind of a
Looks
farm
over
is it?
here. That's kind of out of the city limits. So it's a little bit out of our jurisdiction.
So you're saying if there's
protection
dead
fee of sort, we could probably.
you're saying if there's dead people inside this farm,
It's our
we're responsible because we purchased it.
That's a rather interesting point that you make there.
Could you just write that into the contract that we're not responsible for what's there
For
when we
dead
show
people in your farm?
up? We're not responsible
This doesn't help your.
for the farm.
Say that you're not responsible for any illegal findings.
Prior
Fine.
to us taking ownership of the farm.
Fine. I see your point. I'll go with you. If anything's found, then we'll be coming after you. And he points straight at Vimran. I'm on the up and up. I just want to get on a ship and get out of here.
All right. That would be fine then. And I sign it.
All right.
I'll take and actually add a witness line and sign it there.
Okay.
It's legal.
I give him
He
5
holds out
gold.
his hands for the gold. So Finias gives him 5 gold. He holds out his hand to you, Maevis.
You know,
I'll
for
give
someone
him
who
5
didn't
gold.
kill 2 dwarves, he's in quite a hurry to get out of town.
Pockets the money.
Oops. I was just trying to click off the spot I was on.
All right. He says, if you want, I'll just wait here while y'all go check it out. I can leave after you get back. As a show of good faith on it.
All right, we'll have drinks while y'all are gone.
Insight check.
All right. You roll your insight check.
Yeah, I would do insight
I'm
on
gonna
him
stay-
because I'm
gonna
clearly
stay-
suspicious.
Specifically checking if he plans to run away.
I'm gonna stay with them and drink.
Okay. The truthfulness of his, whether or not he's... sounds legit to me.
Yeah, it's legit to you. Maevis, you're not so sure he intends to hang out. He sounds a little questionable. But he's smiling. He looks reassuring. But something's not ringing right about it. He seems like he's in a hurry to go.
Thargeth, you'll make sure he doesn't leave while we go.
Oh yeah, we're buddies. We're gonna drink and have a good time. All
You're not-
right?
You're not coming with us,
Right.
Thargeth?
No, I'll stay here. Keep an eye on things.
Well, I guess we
Well,
have...
not worry. I'll have to stay behind as well since I am currently working. I'll help him make sure nothing bad happens to our friend until you return.
Okay. Harold gets up and says, well, come on, James. This is...
How far is it to the farm?
It is a good 10 miles out of town to the east.
Okay, so not impossible to do in a day?
No, not impossible to do in a day. It's several hours, but you'll be there.
I'm sure we can get some horses, right, Harold?
If y'all don't mind, I'll actually join you. I don't really have anything to do for the rest of the day.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, for a quick trip, I don't see why anyone would have a problem. James, go get us 4 horses, and I guess, well, we already got rid of the goat, so just bring us 5 horses.
Do we want to take Fleur with us?
Where's Fleur going?
Just gotta speak to the fortune teller.
All right. Get 6 horses. We'll wait here when he gets back with the horses for you then.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, we could just... How would you meet us at Hilda's place?
Sounds fair. I'll just go with James then. Come on, boy.
Arf, arf.
Well, whatever.
Okay,
They
let's.
head off towards the barracks.
We head. I'm heading to Hilda's.
All right. Y'all head off towards the trade district. Fleur, you left a little bit sooner, so you're going to get there and you're going to see the usual sight for this time of day. There's a couple of people in line outside of her shop.
Mm-hmm.
You see they're actually being turned out rather quickly. You
Okay,
get
does that seem odd?
No. Efficient. That's all it is. You finally get up to your spot in line and you're in the waiting room. There's a curtain drawn over the room to the back. You hear some talking, but it's in hushed tones as she's talking to the customer before you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't quite make out what they're saying. You can try to roll perception, I believe, and see.
Yeah.
Now roll a perception to see if you can hear what's going on in there. And you don't hear it, so it's okay. You're not there, Zook.
Aw. Come on, that's a 21. I can hear it from across town.
So, Fleur, you don't make out what's being said, but you notice that when the guy comes out and it's your turn, that he's like pale and shaking a bit. Seems kind of freaked out, and he just kind of goes out past and then almost breaks into a run heading for the residential areas.
Okay.
You hear her call out, "Next!"
Sure. Let's find out how this can go. I'll walk him. I'll sit down.
All right. You sit down in the chair across from her. She's done up in the full fortune teller garb, that, as you expect, the coins hanging, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You notice that there's a rather large chest of coins, gold and silver pieces, to her side. And she says, "You have come from Madame Hilda's sight?" "No."
Something like
No.
that. No?
"What? Something else. Not for you, but for a friend."
Okay.
What can I do for you?"
Well, I came to ask a couple questions.
No, don't tell me I know. You have questions. And
Why, yes.
you seek answers to those questions.
Wow.
Cross my palm with gold, and answers you shall have.
Oh, wow. Sure, I'll put out, you know what? We'll put, yeah, exactly. We'll put out 3 silver.
You will have 3 silver worth of answers. Ask your question. She unveils the crystal ball on the front.
But I thought you already had the answer. Why should I have to ask the question?
I would foretell your questions for you as well, but I'm afraid that you are being a bit of a cheapskate.
Oh.
That's a premium service.
Well, I came to inquire about Martyr's fortune that you had given to him earlier today.
Yes, you do seem likely to be a martyr.
I think you mean Vimrin.
No, I meant Martyr.
Okay.
So you inquire about the young nobleman.
Yes.
Yes, I spoke with him this day. I advised him that he was in grave danger.
What danger did you foresee him?
I'm afraid the man is destined to die.
Well, aren't we all destined to die at some point? Is
Sadly,
he in rates that he is
no.
in immediate danger?
I just told him that he needed to be more cautious. That from what I see in the ball, he is at grave risk.
And why would he be at great risk?
The spirits don't clarify everything for me.
I put down a gold piece.
But
Suddenly.
And when I do
I
that,
think that I'm seeing something. Yes, it's coming more clearly now. He is to be attacked in the street.
oh, do they tell you when?
It's foggy. It's very faint. The sun is shining. It'll be during the day. Yes.
And did you relay this to him?
No, I merely warned him of the danger. See, I don't have the most finite control over this. The spirits show me what they will.
Okay. Well, I do have a question on another one as well. And this one was for the farmer, which I can't remember his name now.
Vemrin?
Vemrin. And I'll put down another gold piece. Now, what is this about that there will not be a next year?
You say Vemrin?
Mm-hmm.
You see, when you say that name, she kind of just starts to...
Insight.
Okay. Something about that worried her.
You can get nothing with that one.
She scrapes the gold coins. And drops them into... Yeah, you did pretty good with that. Drops them into the crate beside her. And said, it does not matter what that farmer plants. That farm will not be there next year.
And why that farm will not be there next year? Why do you say that?
He kind of looks around. It's coming.
What's coming?
The beast. The slumbering beast. It will awake. It's coming.
What slumbering beast? What did you see?
You can tell she's actually scared when she's talking to you about this.
And I'm
the beast that the gods fear. The spiked back. It's coming.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm obviously seeing that she's physically starting to become scared about all this.
Yeah, you get that she's actually trying. Sometimes the spirits, sometimes they're vague. This was clear.
As she's doing that, I'm going to switch from trying to interrogate kind of ways to trying to get this into that caring and the counseling kind of motions of everything, and I'm going to start trying to not so much as counsel her, but trying to coax more information out of her through this. Well, what do you mean, spiked beast? Or is this something that's causing you great fear as well? Or is it a risk to the city, or is it strictly only to the farm?
Do not be in this town next year.
Well,
That
why
is all I will give for free.
Well, if you're not going to be, if you're saying for me not to be in the city, what are you going to be in the city next year?
Oh, no. I'm saving up. I'll be leaving this winter.
Well,
I another chest full of gold should be all right. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that winter is coming, but
No.
sorry. But why the rush of immediately trying to get this? What has scared you so much that you fear for your own life?
An ancient nameless horror is waking up.
Have you seen what it looks like? Have they shown you that?
It's huge. Covered in horns and spikes. It comes from the east. Mm-mm. Something soon will disturb it. Mm-mm.
You said it's covered in spikes and it's huge. Is there a color? What else have you seen of this? As she's giving me the details, I'm like taking out,
She leans
starting
back.
to write down and taking notes.
I felt nothing more but its rage and hatred, its raw hunger.
Okay. And you said it's coming from the east?
Yes.
Have you seen where it's coming from the east besides past the farm?
I'm afraid not.
Does she seem sincere on that one, or is that okay?
She does. She looks a little bit worried.
Hilda, I understand that you normally give prophecies to everyone on there. How many other people have you seen or have gotten this prophecy?
Vimran is the only one that has asked that far ahead.
Okay. So if I ask for myself in a year in advance, what do you see? And I'll put down another gold piece.
She scrapes the gold piece. You see she kind of starts to steady herself, and she looks into the crystal ball. She looks into it more deeply. And then you notice that her eyes actually roll back in her head.
Okay.
And she kind of sits back. She just got milky white eyes.
Okay.
If you remain here, there is no future for you.
And why is there no future for me?
It comes.
What comes?
It comes. And she kind of leans forward.
Okay. The one thing I do want to try is insights to see if it's acting, and the other one is knowledge religion as well. First one's insight. Oh, there you go.
All right. One D plus. And your knowledge religion, you're not really sure. That looks, as far as your knowledge religion goes, maybe it's a prophecy. But your insight tells you that at least she believes what she's saying. And she stated it with effect.
Okay. Hilda, can you do me a favor, or as well as for the favor of the church? Will you also inform the lord of the town on this pending doom of the town? That way that the local guards will know that there is a possible widespread panic coming through the town, as well as we have a chance to prepare, possibly save as many people as possible.
No warning for them. They do not come to my table. They get no warning. She scrapes the gold into the box and closes it.
Like light switch flips change?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I guess I will have to do it myself. So I'll tell every single person that I see in front of your tent or in front of your shop, that the town is doomed and will be being destroyed within the next year. And I will turn around and say that you told me that specifically.
Do as your will. Your future has been written.
Oh, I write my own. But I thank you on that. Blessings upon you.
Thank you. And don't worry about the vase.
I'll just pick up the vase and put it right there. Oh, you mean the vase? And I'll pick up her glass ball with the fireflies in it. cut the string that's holding it up.
No string.
Nope. Anyways, nope. I'll just leave without breaking any vases.
So you didn't say anything else, and you walked out.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be walking out as your party starts wandering up towards Hilda's.
Okay.
You hear her call out, "Next!" And another person comes wandering in off the line. So,
And what do we see? We see him exiting.
you see Fleur exiting the shop.
Aw, we missed the show. It's gonna be good.
Do you want to believe it was a show? She turned around and told me about his prophecy. She is believing that there will not be a farm there next year, for something is supposed to wake within the year and destroy the farm and the entire town.
Can you be a little more specific?
She was pretty vague about it as well. She kept stating it as the beast, and I gave the description of what she told me.
Which was?
Covered in spikes and horns.
Does that match anything I've heard of in the lore of the area?
Lore of the area?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's a roll. Yeah.
What about lore that I've read? Just in general, widespread. Could this possibly
Do you have a history skill?
Yes, I just rolled it. 16. It is
Oh,
a plus
you
7
did.
to history.
Okay, and what did you describe? I want your full description. Again, Vox, please.
Covered in horns and spikes all over the back.
Anything else?
She called it. My character would remember what it was because I wrote it down, so I would have read it.
Really? It just happened. Does anyone want to Paladin?
Just for future reference, there's a feat called photographic memory that you can take for your character.
I know.
Okay.
Like
Would
I
it
said,
help
that's
for
why-
descriptions that were told to you, though?
That's why I turned around and said, as she's describing it, I'm taking out a pen and wrote down all of what she was explaining to me.
Did you
should've,
though?
Like, done that.
Quill?
No. You notice that the cap was still on the quill?
Oh, yeah.
Those large and in charge. Did you just mention that, or you just say it's a thing with spikes?
Exactly.
I didn't
No,
write it down because it was your message.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot the name of it. Shame on me. Shame on
I'm
me.
not gonna lie.
Something like-
If I'm not there, I kind of zone out because I don't want to. I don't want to know that I heard it,
Yep.
like, and I
Yeah.
wasn't there because I don't want to mess it up. So I kind of zone out whenever you're doing that, so I don't.
You're currently seeing behind the curtain a little bit
Pretend
right
like
now.
I hear it.
I'd just like to talk to all the viewers for a moment. Is this my camera? Here's my single. Zoom in. Carry on.
I let you play the character knowledge card for stuff, like if it's something that your character would know, or if it's something that happened a couple of sessions ago and we all forgot, so it's written down here. What if it happened literally 2 minutes ago? I'm going to assume that Fleur's a forgetful.
I asked so many damn questions, I forgot the answers I was given.
That's exactly it. I went after it so much I forgot what she said the name.
I'm sorry, but you've mixed up Maevis and Lana so many times, and you have mixed up your own gender so many times. It makes you wouldn't remember.
He's just staying true to his character.
You get
Her
from
character.
the description
character.
that Fleur was able to recall anything from a porcupine, ill.
No,
Yeah.
I turned around and with
A very large porcupine. A very large porcupine.
So what I'm hearing is we've got a pumpkin farm that's ours for at least a year before the giant porcupine destroys it.
I don't call it a
For the
porcupine.
price of 5 gold?
No,
you
I
said
called it a porcupine based on that
spikes and
description.
horns.
A giant porcupine will wreck our pumpkin farm. So that's a year and a half. We can make pumpkin pies.
Something would happen to awake the ancient the ancient beast.
And now it's an ancient porcupine.
I'm thinking. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to recall this. I was more concerned on if she was lying to me.
While
Beware
you're sitting there listening to
Tempered porcupine.
Fleur trying to regurgitate what she went through, she's hitting
Do you
her head
smell
on the
that,
helmet.
Zook? Is that like burning? Where's that coming from?
Horns, ancient evil, someone awakening it. There is a somewhat famous beast that sleeps for centuries at times that's mentioned in books. It's almost a mythical creature at this point. If that's what's coming, then it would make perfect sense that everything would be destroyed.
Okay, do I have a name of this creature that I've read about?
El Chupacabra.
In some ancient tomes, you've heard it mentioned as something called a Tarrasque.
It's Godzilla!
Or a Terrasquay, as Chris calls it.
If the Tarrasque is on his way here, then yes, it would be a good idea to move out.
You can kiss your
So-
Tarrasque goodbye.
And I'm asking Zook on this. So the Tarrasque, does it have like? Was there anything ever
I don't
talking?
think Zook's actually said anything yet.
No, he's just
Yeah,
kind of doing this.
Zook knows. I know.
So, Mr. Secretive over there. Zook hasn't said anything.
Hey, I rolled a 17 on my inside. I can see his future.
It's the crazy talking to
Fleur is
crazy.
losing her mind.
I look at him dead.
Oh.
That's what I think it is. That I suggest that we move.
Surely it's not that bad.
According to legend, it would take a god to kill this thing.
A porcupine?
It is a monster known as a Tarrasque, if I believe it is what it is. If it is what I believe it is.
Bardic stuff from Maevis.
I don't think I have Bardic stuff, do I?
I don't know.
Our
Is there no
board
Bardic
doesn't
stuff
have
in this
stuff.
one?
I don't think there is. I'm just
Bardic
going to double
knowledge is
check that.
over. No more Bardic knowledge.
We're part acknowledging fifth. That made Sragg so happy if it's true.
Yeah, no, I had for anyone that wasn't watching our previous campaign, every time I pulled out anything, it didn't matter how obscure it was, Bardic knowledge, and it was almost always a frickin' 20. I don't know what was up with that check, but it's like, okay, well, yeah, you know about the Tarrasque. You also know that he was bullied when he was younger.
This particular Tarrasque, you know his whole childhood.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't see anything like that. I mean,
Okay.
I could do my own lore check, but that's about it.
Yeah, do your lore check, because you might maybe have heard a story or song at some point that mentions it. Just because it fits the bard.
Oh.
As long as you match that history check, you'll be okay.
History. And this is a +1 because of my... Wait, what's our current proficiency?
Still 2.
2.
Okay. So yeah, it's a +1.
Okay.
But any knowledge you share with us of the group has to be sung as the
Yeah,
song.
I have no clue.
You never heard of it.
He's an orator bard, so
Yeah. He does all of his history.
That's not my thing.
Dance.
That's not my thing.
Interpretive dance. We all know his lute is doing all the music for him anyway, or whatever it is.
Trade secrets. Trade secrets.
Bard, quote unquote.
So that's what y'all got then, Zook. You've educated them a little bit on this ancient evil that there's not a lot written about that you've discovered, but to be fair, you haven't gone hunting for information on this beast. It's almost to the realm of mythical at this point. It hasn't been seen in centuries. If it was ever truly seen at all. It's not like it's a dragon. We see those all the time. That kind of stuff happens. But this is some type of other monster.
It's all speculation and hyperbole.
Yeah.
So you call it a Tarask?
Terrasque.
Terrasque. In some circles, it's called a Terrasque.
Some cultures, yeah.
No. So it's called the Tarask, Zook?
Called the Tarask.
Oh, and for everyone at home, they're level 2. They can handle it, right? Go back.
We got a year.
I mean, at level 20, we're basically gods, right?
All right, everybody, get back at the hyperbolic time chamber.
It's time to turn that farm into a gym.
Yeah. Q level 2 to 20 montage.
Yeah, we need a workout montage.
Like the Rocky montage?
Exactly.
There's
Just
a giant staircase that goes to
chopping pumpkins. Throwing
Just like
pumpkins.
chopping wood over and over again, and like running up the mountain.
Yeah, you have Foedrin over there building you freaking gym equipment. It's time to pump some iron.
Yeah, but it all plays music too.
Pulling the wagon by yourselves instead of by horse. Ugh.
Yeah, the pulling the plow or the plow through the field.
There you go.
Why don't we, I think we've probably been in and long enough. You want to take a break here?
Yep. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 2 minutes on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really liking it, hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying it, also hit that like button. And, of course, leave us comments and let me know if you think we can kill the Tarask at level 3. Definitely. I think that should be no problem, right?
Or you could just let us know whether you like the word Terrasque
Yes.
or Tarask.
Yeah. Tarask or Terrasque.
How do you pronounce Tarask where you come from?
Write it in the chat, yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back in a bit. Bye.